Hi everyone, and happy Pride weekend. You know, I had a pretty amazing experience yesterday. I went with a few other fellow activists, local activists, to speak to LGBTQ inmates at Monroe Correction Facilities and allies. It was an optional thing to attend, and about 130 inmates attended this event, and it was their second ever Pride event at the prison, which was pretty awesome that they were able to have that. There were some amazing stories I got to hear from these prisoners and talk to them, and I was really touched by how positive many of them were. I met a person who was sentenced to 90 years in prison when he was 22 years old and had been serving since the 1980s. And he spoke for a few minutes, and he was just so positive about the changes that have been made even in prison that he could not have imagined before having a Pride event, being able to have a Pride event. And he came out in prison as gay, and it was just very moving and very touching. And one of the most moving things about it was that here is this man who will spend the rest of his life most likely in jail, and yet he was grateful and positive, and I was just really moved by that. And it's a reminder to all of us that no matter what our situation, that we can live in gratitude. I met another person who had served 41 years so far and gets out in 2 months and just started medical transition in prison. Beautiful person. And another just positive outlook on life, and not bitter. And one of the things I say is, things happen to all of us, and we can make a choice to let it make us bitter or let it make us better. And that's one of the themes of my speech was, and will be tomorrow at the Pride Festival, that we all have a choice. Good things and bad things happen to all of us. Tough things like challenges and things that we all get hurt. Discrimination happens to many of us, but we have the power to let it make us bitter or let it make us better. And bitter, in my opinion, has never helped anyone reach their goals of being happier, or being discriminated against less, or opening hearts and minds to understand us all more. Bitterness has never helped with any of those things. So let it instead make you better. Kind of like what Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. So it's not so much about what happens or what other people do, because we can't control that, but we can control how we react, and we can let those things make us stronger and smarter and more compassionate even. So let it make you better. Happy Pride. And hey folks, this is what trans looks like. It's one of the many versions of the 50 Shades of Gender. So be proud of who you are. Living in authenticity scares the hell out of some people, and other people are drawn to people who live in authenticity. So, but it's worth it. No matter what, it's worth it to live in authenticity. Be safe, check in on your friends and each other, and have a great weekend.